24 Action News at 11.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Saida Abbas, filling in for David Belmondo. We'll have those stories coming up, but first tonight, a female pedestrian was hit by a vehicle on West 26th Street. It's breaking news tonight at 11. Police confirmed that the fatal crash happened around 8:45 Saturday night in front of Haggerty's. Erie police will be looking at surveillance footage to see what caused this accident. Traffic investigators are on scene. West 26th is closed at this time. In Texas, where Tropical Depression Imelda has dumped as much as 48 inches of rain, leaving schools closed and thousands stranded, and more rain could be on the way. ABC's Courtney Fisher has the latest from Houston.
Just 2 years removed from the devastation of Hurricane Harvey, people of southeast Texas again find themselves underwater. Houston seeing record-breaking rainfall, some areas getting more than 40 inches, most of it in a 24-hour stretch. The governor declaring a disaster in 13 counties after what's being called a 1,000-year flood.
Relentless, and we just can't escape. It's like we're on an island here.
With roads washed out, many forced to wade through chest-deep water to get to higher ground.
Everybody was like, get out the car, it's about to get higher.
In Harris County, emergency workers using airboats and even tractors to help people in need.
We're only seeing the very rooftops.
Hundreds of cars abandoned. Officials saying more than 1,000 people have been rescued so far. North of Houston, rushing water spinning this car like a top, the driver escaping through the window. This high schooler jumping into action, saving a mother and her toddler when their car began to sink in a ditch. One driver tried to force his way through the flooding and was killed. With so many roads impassable, parents separated from their children, schools forced to hold them overnight. 50 roads across the city are still closed because of flooding, including this major cross-country interstate, I-10, closed after 2 barges got loose during the storm and hit the bridge. For now, reporting from Houston, Courtney Fisher, ABC News.
Mill Creek police are investigating multiple break-ins and stolen vehicles. According to Mill Creek police, the incident occurred overnight when the suspects, who are still unidentified, broke into several cars in Mill Creek Township. 2 vehicles were stolen from homes near Pinecrest Road and West 53rd Street. The home near Pinecrest Road had surveillance cameras, which police said showed a white male 6 foot tall wearing a black sweatshirt and navy blue pants. Police are looking for a black Hyundai Tucson and gray Jeep Compass.
Our Jeep was gone the next morning, so we've called Mill Creek Police. We've made claims with Erie Insurance, and hopefully we can find it.
It's extremely alarming. I mean, we've lived here now for 6 years, on the street, and it's super quiet. Our neighbors are great. I mean, there has never been anything suspicious.
Also overnight, 2 bikes were taken from the 1400 block of Koontz Road. It's not confirmed if the 2 incidents are linked. Hundreds of people came together at Perry Square to raise awareness and help fight for a cure for Alzheimer's. Star Bodie was at the Walk to End Alzheimer's and tells us more about this year's event.
More than 800 people and 94 teams stepped forward to raise awareness for Alzheimer's at the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's event at Perry Square.
We have everyone here, from those that are caregivers to those that have lost with Alzheimer's and those that actually have Alzheimer's disease. It's a way to get awareness and advocacy out there, to educate people and to raise funds.
Step by step, people walked for 2 miles from Perry Square to help vocalize the importance of awareness.
There's over $290 billion spent on care for Alzheimer's victims, and we want to make sure that congressmen, senators know how many people this affects.
Each one of these flowers symbolizes someone that's been affected by Alzheimer's and their journey behind their story. Chris Romance is fighting the disease she's had for the past 6 months. It's now affecting her vision. Her husband has been there for her every step of the way.
Tell her when we're going to have to step up, have to step down, and we can just walk along. Nobody really knows what we're doing, and that's the support I give her every day.
For Char Deefel, it's about remembering family members that fought hard hard to battle the disease.
My mom had lost her ability to speak, to walk, to talk, even to eat and swallow. So it's really important to me, and I do it every year. And I'm here until I can't do it anymore.
The event has raised over $161,000 for research and development to help fight against the disease. Star Bodie, Jet 24 Action News.
Community members gathered for the grand opening of North Star Winery in Northeast. The new winery was formerly known as the Grape Country Market for the past 7 years. Joe Kinsella, owner of North Star Winery, bought the market in 2018 and hopes to transform it into a winery. People also had the opportunity to shop around the new store and check out different wine souvenirs. The opening also had a ribbon cutting ceremony and samples of wines for people to enjoy.
So it's a nice thing to start growing Northeast again and filling those empty storefronts and not letting stores disappear, to have that local community feeling.
North Star Winery will be open to the public for the Northeast Wine Festival next weekend. The event takes place from September 27th through the 29th. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, get ready to go Looney Tunes because Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Sylvester, and the rest of the gang are coming to the Warner Theater. But first, meteorologist Dan Rupp takes a look at the forecast. Hi, Dan.
Hello there, Saida. Conditions are very humid out there at the moment, and that will continue tomorrow. A better chance of rain later on as we go into next week. We'll have more after the break.
For the latest news, weather, and sports, watch Jet 24, your news leader.
At Rite Aid, we give flu shots to the people we all count on. Like Sally, who gets our kids to school safely.
Look both ways.
And especially you, because you need to stay healthy for everyone who counts on you. Get your flu shot at Rite Aid today.
Working 10 hours a day, being on my feet all day, I was having like a lot of pain in my chest and my upper back. I honestly didn't think I was going to find relief until I came to Hurdle & Brown. I always knew Hurdle & Brown offered therapy. I just didn't know that you didn't need a referral. The stretches and stuff that they recommended were amazing. I've been treated in the past at other places, and I've never seen results until I came to Hurdle & Brown.
Treating everybody like family. Hurdle & Brown Physical Therapy.
When you choose Bianchi Honda, you can focus on the road before you. Forget the obstacles and feel the road. Focus on being there, being present. Feel in the moment and feel confident in your Honda. Lease the safe and reliable 2019 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive for only $219 per month. Bianchi Honda, your road starts here.
I was born with cystic fibrosis. I was lucky enough to get a double lung transplant.
UPMC never took our hope away, and they gave us huge life.
I didn't choose to need a double lung transplant, but I did choose UPMC.
Weather is sponsored by Superstore Joe and Auto Express Mazda.
Find inspiration in every mile. The Mazda CX-5 with turbo. Feel alive.
How about zero down, $259 a month for an all-wheel drive Mazda CX-5? And Mazda makes your first month's payment.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Dan Rupp, your weather authority.
Hey, welcome back. Thermo Twin weather camera here at the Erie Airport. Things remaining very calm. United flight right there from Chicago. We have some showers to the west, but those should stay in Michigan for now. Eventually, we'll get a better shot of some rain for Monday. Viewer photo from James Scott. This was pretty much the picture in the sky earlier today, Hartstown, Pennsylvania. And we had some cumulonimbus clouds pop up. A couple people got a brief shower or maybe a rumble of thunder. 63 Union City, 72 in Northeast Penn State Barron, also at 72 degrees. Crawford County, 73 Meadville, Westford, 68 in Youngsville, currently at 64. Dew points are in the mid to upper 60s. So things are pretty humid out there. Winds about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Here's your almanac numbers today. 85 was the high today. 15 degrees above normal. 65 was your low temperature. Could even get warmer tomorrow. The small disturbance that helped give us at least a couple showers on the radar today moves eastward. So we're just looking at pretty much dry conditions, more humidity, and temperatures getting pretty hot. Cooler temperatures will eventually arrive for the first day of fall. Fall equinox begins at 3:50 a.m. So lake forecast for tomorrow, 70 degrees for your water temperature, mostly sunny, waves about 2 feet or less, wind south to southwest 10 to 15 knots. Here's the cold front that will be giving us the rain showers tomorrow. But if you look at this image right here, this kind of shows you the setup during the day Sunday. Some strong to severe storms to the west. But it looks like this system will not make it here until later. And we'll go through the future cast and show you. This is about 12:41 a.m. Okay, so this is tomorrow night. The rain's still not here. But then you get past midnight and closer to the morning hours, the rain moves through. So most of the rain will end up falling through the morning hours on Monday, becoming more scattered towards the evening hours. Wind shifts, so we get cooler temperatures, and actually probably ending the day with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Tuesday looks very nice. 61 to 68, patchy clouds, a slight chance of some rain showers away from the lake. Winds south about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the lakeshore forecast for tomorrow, your temperatures will be about 86, maybe some spots reaching 90 degrees tomorrow. It is a possibility with those winds south-southwest, 10 to 15, gusting up to about 30. Windy conditions with that, and because of the downsloping winds, that's why temperatures could be a little bit warmer near the lakeshore. For the inland forecast, 83 to 87, plenty of sun, winds about 5 to 15, could see some gusts around there at 30 miles per hour as well. Just can't talk anymore, guys. All right, 80 to 84, higher elevations, plenty of sun. Tomorrow night, 62 to 66, increase in clouds with a chance of rain late in the night. So here's your 7-day forecast from your weather authority. Getting a little bit naute with the pumpkin spice latte for the first day of fall. Rain showers will be likely there. Cooling down to 69 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, mostly sunny at 77. Mainly a morning chance of rain on Thursday. That's another cold front that will be moving through. Friday, mostly sunny. Chance of showers and storms. Saturday, back up to 80. Find that forecast, weather cameras on our app. Your Erie to go. Saida.
Thanks, Dan. Here are some of the headlines in tomorrow's Meadville Tribune. Those POW MIA honored in annual Meadville Vigil. Brakes put on plan to send critical mass of bicyclists around Diamond Park. We're going to be fine. UCIP looks to future after fire. Check out Jet 24 weather forecast on page 2. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, the best of television will be showcased at the Emmys. Plus, it's Rambo versus High Society versus Brad Pitt at the box office this weekend.
If you get your flu shot through LECOM Center for Health and Aging, your co-pay dollars stay local and underwrite programs that benefit our community.
It's the biggest sale of the season at Furniture Row, so get ready to score huge savings on sofas, sectionals, dining, and bedroom. Plus, 2 years no-interest financing. Hurry, the biggest sale of the season at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 26th.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 48 hours. You want more? You got it. Join today and get a risk-free bet worth up to $500. FanDuel Sportsbook, more ways to win.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Get $3,500 total cash allowance on all 2019 Trax models. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Are you trying to decide between luxury and affordability? Come test drive a new 2019 GMC Acadia and you won't have to choose. This new Acadia seats up to 7, has all the horsepower you'll need, and delivers comfort and refinement. So whether you're dropping the kids off at school, pulling into your office, or headed for adventure, heads will turn. And you can experience all of that in one of our many new 2019 GMC Acadias. Lease for $299 a month with 0 down at Rick Weaver's at 12th and Liberty or at rickweaver.com.
If you're in the market for a new mattress,
Denver Mattress is the place to go. And during the biggest sale of the season, get the queen-size Buena Vista Firm, now only $284.99, plus 2 years no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Welcome back. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
It's Rambo versus High Society versus Brad Pitt at the box office this weekend. Rambo Last Blood, the fifth and supposedly last Rambo movie, could take the box office crown, but it'll get stiff competition from the Downton Abbey movie.
The King and Queen are coming to Downton.
What?
Both are tracking in the $20 million range, and indications are that the British drama might have the edge. And don't forget Brad Pitt. His sci-fi space thriller Ad Astra isn't tracking far behind, maybe $15 million.
Spacecom believes my father's responsible.
At Ad Astra's Hollywood premiere this week, writer and director James Gray gave some insight into the film, in which Pitt goes on a search of the solar system to find his father.
My mission was to say that you can look to the end of the solar system, but in the end, it's about our connection to each other.
Ad Astra is getting strong reviews, but Downton Abbey has a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes. And this weekend, we'll be celebrating the best of television at the Emmys, where The Good Place is up for top comedy for the first time ever. It's the first Emmys for star Manny Jacinto, who plays the delightfully dumb Jason Mendoza on the NBC show, but he tells me he doesn't think he'll be on that stage Sunday.
It's not going to be us. Like, there's Fleabag, there's Marvelous Miss Maisel. I mean, you know, I'm seeing Marvelous Miss Maisel everywhere and freaking Whole Foods bags and stuff. Like, how do you compete with that?
The last season of Veep is also a strong contender for Best Comedy. And speaking of the Emmys, Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin is 71 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
UFO believers in Rachel, Nevada, who live very close to Area 51, came together to spot or capture aliens. ABC 13's Joe Bartels explains.
Tiny community of Rachel, Nevada, population just 54 people and mere miles from the infamous military base known as Area 51 has been invaded by visitors.
I had to come and see these shiny craft. See who's flying them. If it's our military or maybe something else.
From conspiracy theories to true UFO believers, alien stock means getting close, but not too close to Area 51.
We filled up the car with food, water, a lot of water, and hopefully I capture some aliens.
Serious preparations had to be made, creating a small city to support potentially thousands of people in the rural Nevada desert, about 2 hours north of the famous Las Vegas Strip.
And you're right, I've had every roller coaster of emotion. This is amazing.
Event organizer Connie West admits the turnout, which was about 2,400 campsites a few weeks ago, is less than she had hoped for. All but 250 campsite reservations were canceled after a falling out with Maddie Roberts, the man behind the viral idea to storm Area 51.
Turned into something beautiful. People are here to meet people, to make new friendships, just to hang out and enjoy the biggest party I've ever thrown in my life.
West has been planning since mid-July, and now she is waiting for the unknown.
And that was Joe Bartels reporting. It was a musical evening at the Warner Theater. The Erie Philharmonic presented the world premiere of Bugs Bunny at the Symphonies' 30th anniversary. The premiere came aptly before Bugs Bunny's 80th birthday in 2020. The concert was created by 2 Emmy award-winning artists, George Dougherty and David Kalik Wong. The new version of Bugs Bunny at the Symphony had many new additions.
I think it's twofold. It really shows the power of Erie on a national scale. This world premiere could have gone to New York City, it could have gone to the Hollywood Bowl or the Boston Pops, and instead the world premiere is right here in Erie.
16 classic Looney Tunes cartoons were projected live on the big screen, while their iconic original scores were played live by the Erie Philharmonic. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, we'll take you to Asbury Woods for their Beautiful Honey Harvest.
Watch the Powerball Drawing every Wednesday and Saturday night at 11:20 during Jet 24 Action News. Friday Night Lights, your comprehensive weekly sports breakdown from all the local districts. Join Jay Pushkar and Mike Feder only on Jet 24's Friday Night Lights. Brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, St. Vincent.
At Bob Ferrando Ford World, we want you to keep your cash in your pocket, and we'll still give you the lowest price in town. Get a 19 EcoSport SE with a power moonroof for only $229 a month with no money down. You don't need $2,500 down here. Keep your cash. 19 Escapes from $18,999, and we're selling 19 F-150s for up to $15,000 off. Keep your cash and still get the best price in town, only at Bob Ferrando Ford World in Girard.
Contest page and enter to win a family 4-pack to Port Farms Harvest Festival. Port Farms 8 Acres is full of ways for you and your family to come together for a farm-filled day of hay rides, corn mazes, jumping pillows, and so much more. So log on to YourErie.com's contest page today and enter to win a family 4-pack to Port Farms Harvest Festival.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Current GM owners get over $5,500 below MSRP on this well-equipped Equinox. See your Northwest PA Chevy dealers.
Get your local news, weather, and sports on demand with a simple request.
Alexa, play my flash briefing from Jet 24 Action News.
70 in town, cooler away from the city in the Lakeshore.
Flash briefings on Alexa-enabled devices are brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, an insurance plan you can count on.
Across the country, it's America's favorite jackpot game. Get ready, everybody. This is Powerball. Good evening, America. I'm Sam Marlin. Tonight we have a guaranteed jackpot for you. It is worth $80 million. I hope you have your Powerball tickets. Good luck. Let's see how you did tonight. First number down is the number 1 to lead us off. And right after that, America, we have the number 68. Here's John Hinkey from Tennessee. John won $50,000 playing Powerball. Next number down is 36. That's followed by 22. And we are going to wind it up for you tonight, America, with the number 9. All right, now for your winning Powerball number, it is 22 tonight, and that Power Play multiplier is 2. Take one more close look at tonight's winning numbers from all of us here at the Florida Powerball Studios. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here this Wednesday night. Bye, everybody.
Welcome back. It's a festival celebrating the wonderful honeybee and the role it plays. Hasbury Woods held its 37th annual honey harvest. The festival shows people the importance of honeybees, agriculture, and pollination. Kids also had the chance to take part in the Discovery Zone, an interactive learning station with crafts and activities to learn about bees. Other events included lectures about pollinators and solitary bees. People were also invited in a bee tour, which shows the significance of honey extractor demonstrations.
Been a lot of talk about, the decline of the honeybee in the world. So this is just another way for us to educate the community on the important role the honeybee has and other pollinators too, not just the honeybees.
A variety of honey products were also on display for purchase. Saturday was full of football, soccer, and hockey. Jay Pushkar joins us with sports. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Saida. You said it. Plenty of local action to get to, including the regular season home opener for the Allegheny Gators football team. All the highlights coming up.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com with 50-plus in-game bets on pro football games. Make bets while the game is being played. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun.
Every day in northwestern Pennsylvania, kids are doing great things.
Jet 24 and Superstore Joe at Auto Express Kia need your help in recognizing them. Each Monday at 6 p.m. on Action News and Tuesdays at noon on Jet 24, we recognize a good kid making a difference in your community.
Like helping people that are in need, and if they need help with something, why not help them out?
Nominate a good kid you know on the contest page at YourErie.com.
This Week in Pennsylvania, your source for what's happening in the Commonwealth, keeping you connected with the issues, leaders, and lawmakers affecting your life. Join Dennis Owens every week for This Week in Pennsylvania, Sunday mornings at 10, only on Jet 24.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com with 50-plus in-game bets on pro football games. Make bets while the game is being played. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun.
Thanks for watching Jet 24, your weather authority.
This is the nimble Chevy Trax, the versatile Chevy Equinox, the stylish all-new Chevy Blazer, and the roomy Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. The Chevy family of SUVs. No matter what you're looking for in an SUV, Chevy's got you covered.
Get $3,500 total cash allowance on all 2019 Trax models. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Now, Jet 24's Jay Pushkar with sports.
Good evening. The Allegheny Gators made their home debut this afternoon as they entertained Wabash in a North Coast Athletic Conference matchup, and a great crowd on hand down in Meadville, and they saw 83 points combined scored between these two teams. Opening quarter, game tied at 7, and the Gators knocking on the door. Nazareth Greer with the quick strike to Ben Bachik. Allegheny in front 14-7. Very next play for Wabash, Liam Thompson airs a strike to Nick Hammond, and the play goes for 75 yards. We are tied at 14 apiece. Next Allegheny possession, 4th down. The Gators are going for it. Greer finds Joe Hayes in traffic, picks up the 1st down. Same drive to start the second quarter of play. Greer connects with Austin French. Gators up 21-14 at that point, but it's Wabash having a strong second half, and they defeat Allegheny. The final score 48-35. Strike up the band for PSAC crossover action. Mercyhurst on the road taking on Bloomsburg. Lakers in the red zone, and Garrett Owens gets the rock. He scores. Lakers cruising 31-0 at that point early in the third quarter. Bloomsburg cracks the scoreboard finally later in the quarter on the nice 23-yard pitch and catch. However, it's Mercyhurst picking up a huge road victory. They knock off Bloomsburg 38-24. On the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard, Gannon dropped a 35-10 decision at Kutztown. Meanwhile, Edinburgh fell on the road, losing to East Stroudsburg 34-14. At Heinz Field, Pitt hosting number 15 Central Florida. The Panthers could not have started this game any better. A.J. Davis gets his number called. He would score from 2 yards out, 7-0 Panthers. Opening minutes of the second quarter on play action. Kenny Pickett finds Maurice French. He scores the touchdown. Panthers up 14-0.